what causes tension headache? So first, tension headache is something where the person has headache and it is typically located at the back of the head, and then they suffer quite a lot because these headaches can be repeated, they can be recurrent, and sometimes in the severe cases they have almost daily headaches. And along with the headaches, they also have other issues, like because of pain they are not able to focus in their daily work, in their jobs. If it's a student, they can't focus in their studies, and then also it interferes with their sleep quality. And of course, when somebody is having pain, then it affects their relationship with the friends and the family members. So overall, it's a very, very crippling disease. Now, if you look at what causes tension headache, so the number one, as the word says, tension. So it is the tension. So when we say tension, we talk about the mental tension and the physical tension. So first, I will talk about the mental tension or the stress. And today, when I see patients in the OPD, very rarely somebody says that, doctor, I am free of stress, which means almost everyone has stress. So that stress can come from the job, from the work, from the interpersonal relationships, sometimes financial stress. So these are the various kinds of stress people have to deal with, and if they are excess, then it can result in tension headache. The second is the physical tension. So nowadays the working hours are long, and also mostly the jobs are sedentary, so the people have to look at their laptops, tablets, phone for a long time, and that puts a lot of stress and tension in the occipital and the neck muscles, and that is one of the triggers. The third is sleep deprivation. See, sleep is one of the most powerful pill to ward off diseases. Lack of sleep will give more diseases. So nowadays most people are sleep deprived. Like normal sleep duration is 7 to 9 hours, but we see people sleeping 4 hours, 5 hours, and lack of sleep can also trigger tension headache. And then other thing is overworking, because we know that some of the famous CEOs of big organizations, they have glorified working 70 hours in a week. That may be good for the companies, but definitely for individual, overworking is not good. And overworking, which is like 14 hours, 13 hours in a day, day after day, definitely puts more strain on the muscles, and then it can cause tension headache. And lastly, the role of physical activity. So physical activity of say 300 minutes in a week, moderate physical activity is required, recommended, but many individuals, almost 60 or 70% people, do not meet this criteria. So lack of physical activity, whether it is aerobic activity like walking, or whether it is stretching and muscle strengthening exercises, if people do not do adequately, again it can increase the risk of tension headache. So basically, in a summary, if we need to avoid tension headache, number one is that manage your stress levels, try to reduce them. Manage your workload, so try to have a reasonable amount of working hours of say 8 to 9 hours in a day, with frequent breaks also. And then if you are working at a computer for long time, there is something called as 20-20-20 rule, where every 20 minutes you should look at something 20 feet away for about 20 seconds. So that takes away the pressure from your neck. And then there is something called as text neck syndrome, where you keep looking at a mobile like this for a long time. Again, it can worsen your headaches and the neck pains. And lastly, it is the role of the physical activity. So engage in regular physical activity, do stretching exercises for the neck and the back, and definitely we can reduce the incidence of tension headaches.